Hello and welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television. Thanks for joining us. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. It can be pretty frustrating to lose one sight, no matter how gradually. Not to be able to tell colors, read, or see loved ones can be quite depressing. Globally, the leading causes of visual impairment are uncorrected refractive errors and cataracts. About 1.3 billion people have a form of visual impairment, yet more than 3 out of 4 cases can be avoided. This corresponds to between 75 and 80% of all cases. A cataract is caused by clouding of the lens in the eye. Most people with vision impairment are over 50. My guest is a consultant ophthalmologist and the head of Department of Ophthalmology at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Idiaraba. She is Professor Adiola Onakoya. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So a clouded lens causes cataract. That's really what cataract is about.
Yes.
But why is the lens getting clouded?
Now, the thing about the lens is the eye itself, the process of seeing involves light coming from the environment, gets in touch first with the transparent tissue in front of the eye, which is called the cornea. And the light rays then pass through that clear liquid called aqueous humor in that small space between the cornea and the brownish part, which gives the color of your eye, whether your eye is black, brown, or blue, as we have in the Caucasian. And then that is called the iris, and at the center of it is an aperture called the pupil. So that light ray passes through there to get to this lens that we're talking about. The lens is also similarly transparent, as we have the cornea, which is the first tissue in front of the eye. And that lens is biconvex spherical, and it's quite elastic. And there are a lot of fibers, tissues in it, which helps in maintaining the transparency of the lens, because the light rays then go through it to get onto the retina. The retina is another cellophane
it has to
material.
hit the retina.
Yes, at the back of the eye. That is where you have the electrical impulses generated, which is then sent to the brain, and then we see the picture of whatever we're looking at. That is just the process of seeing. Now, that lens that we're talking about, it's a structure that is in between there, and it straddles, it's between the brown part, the iris, and the back of the eye, and is held in place by some ligaments, is attached to some other structure.
Okay.
Now, that lens is maintained, is clear, is meant to be clear for you to be able to see. However, because naturally, the lens part of it, there's a part of it that constantly is still producing the lens fibers, which is inside of it.
Okay.
And as those lens fibers, because they're continuously being produced throughout life, so it means that you have the lens fibers being produced day by day, day by day, day by day. So it gets to a stage that you have so many of those fibers that are stacking one on top of the other, one on top of the other. So over time, you have so much of it that it then gets so hardened, and it then begins to change the color, because this is over time now. We're talking about people who are getting older, because when you talk about cataract, you think about age, you think about the environment, you think about what that person has been exposed to.
So it's no longer clear.
It's no longer clear, because it starts getting cloudy, because you have so many of those fibers being laid down.
So this lens growth goes on for life?
It goes on for life. Right from the time of birth, those cells, they continue to produce lens fibers, and they're just accumulating right in the center, comes to the periphery, and they are stacking on top of one another, on top of one another. And then it gets to a stage that it becomes what we call sclerosed. And when it gets to that stage, it gets difficult for one to be able to see clearly. So what I'm saying essentially is, if you live long enough, you will develop cataract. But but there are other factors that may also make one to come up with cataracts much earlier in life.
Okay.
So, but the bottom line is the commonest cause of cataract is actually aging. Aging.
And that can be changed?
Yes, it cannot be changed. And even now that we have aging in our environment. You know, in developed countries, they've always had aging. But here now, we have a lot of people living into their 70s, 80s. In fact, now you see 80-year-olds and you think they are 60-year-olds, even in Nigeria.
Okay, so are we saying the aging process is getting better and it's the same in the eye too?
Aging process is getting better, but there's really nothing you can do with certain situations or conditions in the body, because that part of the body will age eventually. However, there are interventions that one can do, either probably the way you live your life,
okay,
which can actually slow down all these conditions we're talking about.
Okay, so we'll come to that in a minute, but let's go to the number one cause of visual impairment, which is refractive error.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Some people say, okay, I went for an eye exam because it's the right thing to do. You know, I didn't have a problem. I was fine. No headache, no pains. I see great. And they tell me I need glasses. That's why I don't want to go to such places. So what would be your reply to such a person?
Well, what I'll tell the person is, wearing glasses is not a taboo. The glasses is meant to improve your vision, even for the time you have it on. Because some people would also ask, okay, you have asked me to wear glasses. Wearing the glasses, will it bring an end to the problem? Is it going to cure that problem? And I tell them no. The glasses is meant to improve your vision when you have the glasses on. And we do know that uncorrected refractive error is the commonest cause of visual impairment. Can you imagine people going around blind, and the only intervention that they require for them to see well
is a pair of glasses? It's almost unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Now, you know, but people also then tend to put that, okay, the glasses is only for me to see far. But there are a lot of things we do that is very close to us,
like
we call
sewing,
near work, like
reading,
sewing, even cooking. Women cooking, you want to pick the shaft out of the rice, you want to pick stones out of the beans. You don't have to be lettered for you to wear glasses. Okay. And 826 million people out of the 1.3 billion that you spoke about are actually impaired for near
vision.
Just because they're not wearing glasses.
Wear those glasses,
they'll see
we'll
better.
Take those 823 off our statistic.
Or most. Yeah.
Or most of them at least.
Yes.
That is really great.
It is great.
To
so people
see that there's a lot of avoidable blindness.
Yes. You know, the reason is because some of them are not lettered. So they feel it's only people who are lettered who wear glasses. Why do I need to wear reading glasses? Why do I need to wear glasses for things that are near to me? I can see them well.
To pick rice, to pick beans.
Yes. But people do not realize the importance of the glasses.
Or you want to see the pictures of your grandchildren.
See the pictures, see things that are close. And when you give the near correction to such people, they are so amazed. That, is this what I've been missing? Oh, now I can do this better.
Okay, so let's say a person has perfect eyesight. He has 6/6 vision, 20/20 vision.
Okay.
How often should he come for a test?
Yes. We usually recommend that for somebody who is above 35 years, you can do once every 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
But once you are getting above 40, once every 2 years. However, if you have a family history of any blinding condition whatsoever, you should see your eye doctor every year.
Every year?
Every year. And people who also have some other medical condition, like people who have diabetes mellitus, we recommend that they see an ophthalmologist every year, or you can see an optometrist, you know, for them to examine the eye, not for glasses this time, you know, it's for a detailed assessment
on the inside.
Of the vessels on the inside, because we know that part of the complications in diabetes mellitus is people can bleed at the back of the eye, you know, just as they can have complications in other parts of the body, like they can have
and that would cause blindness.
Yes, it can actually result into blindness that is irreversible.
What do you do about a cataract that is fully developed?
The good thing about cataract is one of those blinding conditions that patients can actually recover full vision.
Okay.
And it's just by doing cataract surgery.
Now,
Just by a simple intervention.
the lens
Yes.
is exactly what it is, a
Yes.
lens. So it's used to at least bring that image to hit the retina for the
Yes.
person to actually see. When you're taking it out, how does the person see?
What we do is, when you take out the cloudy lens, we actually now replace it with a lens implant, an artificial lens.
Lens implant.
Yes,
Okay, we'll
an
talk about
artificial
that.
lens,
But we
yes.
need to go for a break. 0805, pardon me, 0808 054 2233 is the number to call if you want to ask a question. You can also tweet at CTV_Mary A while we continue this discussion about avoiding blindness in visual and visual impairment. Now, lenses, when they are removed, you said you put in an artificial
implant,
lens,
yes,
an implant.
yes.
Does it have the same power, the same ability as the original lens?
Yes. In fact, we do what is called A-scan biometry. And what that does is to tell us the accurate, it's tell us the right power for the lens to be inserted in each eye. So what we're inserting in A might not be the same as what we're inserting in Mr. B's eye.
So correct me if I'm wrong. We can actually see an 85-year-old man walking down the street with almost perfect eyesight.
Sure, there are many of them who have had cataract surgery with lens implants, and they're seeing very well. They're seeing 20/20 or 6/6 and reading N5.
Even I don't see 20/20. but that is phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Yes. Okay, so these refractive errors,
yes.
What are the major ones? Or let me put it this way. What are the symptoms of a refractive error? So people know that, okay, maybe it's time for me to go see somebody about this.
Well, if somebody is walking towards you and you find it difficult recognizing the face of that person, or you're driving and the car that is maybe about 3 meters from you or 6 meters from you, you find it very difficult to read the plate number. That is one way to know. Or if you find it difficult, to read, you are unable to read.
Okay, we'll have to stop that for
difficult.
a second. We have Olumide on the line. Hello, Olumide.
Hello.
What's your question?
My question is, good morning and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I really appreciate Dr. Onakoya on this line.
Thank you so much.
We have patients, let's say, let me refer to myself. Like now, I cannot really clearly see where I'm reading.
Okay.
But when I see afar, I can see afar very well.
Okay.
But when I'm reading, it's only looking like so cloudy in the way I am reading. But I don't know whether it's being caused by the cataract, or perhaps I am just being assumed that it's something like that come always affecting it.
All right, Olumide. Hello. Are you over 40?
So I want to give a clear clarification regarding the difference between the cataract and glaucoma in order to give a clear version of it.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right. Maybe Olumide doesn't want to tell us his age, but did you get that?
Okay, yes. She was asking if you were over 40. Now, if you are over 40, there is usually that increasing difficulty with reading tiny prints, like reading messages from your telephone, or even reading your Bible, or anything that is in small prints. That is what we call presbyopia. For that, you need to wear reading glasses. Now, with regards to differentiating between cataract and glaucoma, I think the best way for you to know that is to see your ophthalmologist, who will examine you, because the two of them will give you difficulty with seeing far, or even difficulty with reading. And so the only way you can know what is responsible is if you see your doctor and you are properly examined. Because the two of them will give you smoky vision. Sometimes you wake up and it's as if there is harmattan and there's no harmattan. That's a sign that your vision is getting blurry.
But see your doctor, don't second guess.
Yes.
Now, what are some of the lifestyle changes or preventive things that we can do to slow the process of visual impairment?
Yes, you were talking about cataract.
Cataracts.
Cataracts in particular has been linked, number one, to smoking,
Okay.
So if you don't want to develop cataract quickly, stop smoking.
smoking.
Even for other medical conditions, smoking is bad. And then eating right, eating nutritious food, dietary control.
Nutritious food.
Yes.
Let's
a lot
quickly
of
take
veggies.
our caller. Hello. Hello,
Hello.
Philip.
Very
You're
serious.
on. What's your question, Philip?
Yes, the question is, I'm using glasses, but I want to stop it. So I'm trying to see what can I do.
Okay, Philip, what do you use the
I'm
glasses
50
for?
years old.
What are they for?
You mean
Are they for distance viewing or for reading?
for reading?
Okay, Philip, thank you. We'll let the doctor answer that. Doctor, when is he going to drop those glasses?
Well, using reading glasses, well, you can wear contact lenses. There is the varifocal contact lenses, but you know that if you wear contact lenses, there are a lot of issues. The issues with contact lenses, you have to be very careful. You have to take care of the lenses. You have to keep it in the right solution. Make sure you're not using water to wash it so that you don't develop
But what
eye
if Philip
infections.
doesn't want to wear anything?
That's a tall order. A tall order in the sense that you are wearing that reading glasses because your eyes are aging. Okay. It's quite difficult for the lens, to change shape for you to be able to do that near work. So if you don't want to wear glasses, it's either you have some form of surgical intervention done. You can have laser procedure that will make you to become short-sighted so that at least you can see what you're reading.
They can do that?
You don't have, oh yes, you can have some laser correction, for that, and then you then be able to see far distance, but you won't then be able to see far distance very well.
But our understanding is that with near vision,
Yes.
due to old age,
Yes.
that's presbyopia, it keeps inching up as you get older. How do you handle that? You can't go for a laser shot every 2 or 3 years.
No, that's why you have to see your doctor every 2 years, because you have to keep topping up the power of the lenses. You get plus 150 this year. By the time you're 50, you go on to plus 250, so the power keeps increasing. But it gets to a stage that some people, they then develop cataract. And when they have a type that is called nuclear cataract, they discover that even with their glasses, they are not seeing well. When they take off the glasses, they're able to read and see things at a closer.
Is this as a result of laser interventions or just by itself?
Just by itself. It's a natural, we call it second vision in the elderly. Because of the change in the structure of the lens. Now they have nuclear sclerosis, the lens is becoming, so it's made them now to be short-sighted. Yes.
Without the glasses?
Without the glasses.
Okay.
But shortly after that, they then discover that they will require cataract surgery because the distance vision would have been affected.
Let's take Henry. Hello, Henry. Henry's in Abuja. Hello, what's your question, Henry?
My question to the doctor is that as I watch the program, I observe the quality of what we eat at times determine how fast we develop sight problems.
Okay.
I make a finding that bitter cola help in improving glaucoma situation. I want to verify that from the prof.
Thank you very much, Henry.
Yes.
Should we be taking bitter cola for our sight?
Well, dietary control helps, as you said. Initially when we were talking, I said a lot of vegetables.
Yes.
Green vegetables, is very good, because of the constituents of the green vegetables.
Antioxidants.
The antioxidants, and then some minerals that it also contains. Green vegetables, the colored fruits, they are good for the eyes. Now, with regards to the bitter cola, yes, bitter cola contains some food substances like you have, it's not really food substances, and I don't want to call them chemical substances, but these are things that when we talk about the treatment in glaucoma, for instance, these are ingredients that are in the some of the medications that
for
we
glaucoma.
Use for glaucoma.
Okay.
However, knowing the right amount,
that's where the problem
is the
right?
issue. Yes, because if you analyze the constituents of bitter cola. It has beta blocking, it has melatonin in it, it has so many other things that
And
helps
these things are supposed to be taken at a certain dosage.
at a certain dosage.
To be
So
effective.
it's difficult for you to really know. But with regards to taking bitter cola, it's good because it's also a vasodilator. It helps in improving blood flow.
Which
and
could help with your blood pressure. By the way,
help
blood
with blood
pressure,
pressure,
is it
help with the blood flow in the
indicted in
eyes.
eye problems, high blood pressure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If the blood pressure is high, it could actually manifest in the eye. Patients could actually present with some form of blurring of vision. Patient could bleed inside the eye. You have leakages inside the eye, and patients won't be able to see very well.
Prof, I cannot
However,
thank you enough, but I really have to stop you here.
Yes, okay.
Thanks for coming for this program. It's
My
been so
pleasure.
enlightening.
Thank
It's
you.
wonderful having you.
Thank you very much.
And wonderful having you on the program. Let's do it again next week. Have a wonderful day. I'm Mary Alale Yusuf.